Greetings, New Zealand naturopath Eric Bakker, author of Candida Crusher and formulator of the CanXida dietary range of supplements. Thanks for checking out my video again. This is another case history. This is quite a personal one for me because it involves my father. So I'm going to read this out to you from my book Candida Crusher, and then we'll give you some narration after that. We'll talk a bit about it. So my father bought several Candida books in the 1980s after suffering from digestive problems for many years. He had so many different examinations by bowel specialists, gastroenterologists, that I lost count. A family friend suggested he might have a bowel problem after watching him eat a whole packet of sweet biscuits one afternoon. But then again, Dad liked his cookies, ice cream, and many cups of coffee with several sugars. And he continued to like sweet foods right up until he died in 2004. His freezer was full of ice cream, and I found a few dozen cans of sweetened condensed milk in his pantry, and many packets of cookies there as well. In fact, I've probably counted over 100 packets of cookies. His weight had ballooned to over 250 pounds, and his height was 5'11". His blood pressure was sky high at 190 over 110 on the odd occasion that his blood pressure was checked by a doctor. Dad died of a massive stroke at the age of 72. And like any son, I love my dad, but I found he had a total lack of disregard for his diet. He simply ate whatever tastes good, as he used to put it. And when a person tells me they like something that tastes good, that usually means it's something sweet. Alright? Dad continually had flatulence, bloating, and complained of all manner of bowel problems like constipation and diarrhea. The foods he craved were always calling his name, as I put it, and he responded by consuming them in vast quantities. Dad was an emotional person who solved many problems by eating, and generally the foods he would consume were sweet by nature. I couldn't help my dad. After all, he was my dad. And I've learned over the years not to give health advice to friends or relations that was unsolicited. It almost always falls on deaf ears. I can only help those who come to me asking for advice, and there's a commitment. Usually people pay for that advice. So, do you have any unresolved emotional issues? Are you eating for emotional comfort? I've written many articles on emotional eating with people, and this could be at the root cause of a lot of eating disorders for people. Binge eating, weight gain, can't lose weight. You know, people often eat or drink a lot of alcohol because of the hurt inside, the emotional hurt. Dad was remarkable. He had so many colonoscopies, endoscopies, CAT scans, x-rays. He got poked and prodded by so many doctors, and in the end he basically said they're all nuts, they can't find what's wrong with me. When in fact the problem was right in his own hands all the time. It was a packet of cookies, or it might be a half a gallon of ice cream he would eat, for lunch one day. And he was always burping and bloating and farting like a horse at times, which he took great delight in. But if you've got lots of bloat and fart, especially, this is the beginning of the end of your digestive system. Continual flatulence and bloating is a sign of massive fermentation dysbiosis. So flatulence is not a problem for most people. It's it's just a small amount of gas we will pass, and generally when we lie down we have this, but some people fart constantly, and when you've got these kind of problems, it signifies you've got the beginning of a serious bowel problem. Time to make some changes. Have a think about this. What can you do if you've got this kind of a bowel problem? Are you eating this kind of sugar, eating these kind of cookies and ice cream? This could be really at the root cause of your problem with Candida. Emotional addiction, binge eating for the wrong kind of reasons. Have a think about it. Thanks for tuning in.